How to communicate effectively with your partner. Communication is key to every successful relationship and can serve as a solid backbone to all relationships. This video will show you 3 important and simple steps to effective communication. This video was inspired by the book Attached, written by Dr. Amir Levine, a psychiatrist and neuroscientist at Columbia University, and Rachel Heller, a social organizational psychologist from Columbia. Both of them aspire to convey the science of adult attachment in this book, and Chapter 11 elucidates effective communication. For details, please do refer to Chapter 11 of this valuable book. So, what are the 3 steps to effective communication? The first step is to realize that the focus is on your feelings. Number 1, my feelings are the focus. And the important question to ask here is, what is the lack, problem, or complaint? Some common phrases that can be used to formulate your sentence when communicating are, it is not enough, I feel hurt, it feels or makes me feel. The second step involves focusing on your partner's worth. Remember, the emphasis here is your partner's worth. The question here to ask is, what do you value, appreciate in your partner? Some common phrases that can be used are, I value, I miss you, I like it when you, I appreciate. Remember, gratitude goes a long way, and when you express your partner's worth when communicating, it reinforces your partner's behavior even more. The third step is to focus on the action step based on your need. Relationships are all about fulfilling each other's needs in order to make them work. And so the third step elucidates the exact action step that you want your partner to take to fulfill your need. The important question to ask here is, how can your partner fulfill your need? Some examples of common phrases that you could use are, it is important to me that, or this happens, one thing I need most, and so on. Remember, the key is to be assertive, not passive where nothing is being said, not aggressive where too much is being said, but right in the middle, saying exactly what you need to say without being unclear or overly pushy. So let's go through an example. Your partner has not texted you in days because of the busy work schedule. The first step, which involves my feelings as the focus, can be used to formulate a sentence like this. It makes me feel inadequate when you go without messaging me for days. The underlined part of this sentence reiterates the examples of common phrases highlighted in the previous slide. The second step, emphasizing on your partner's worth, will help you formulate a sentence like this. I miss you and value your presence in my life, and it makes me so happy when I receive your texts or daily check-ins. Finally, the third step, the action step based on your need, will help you formulate a sentence like this. It is important to me that you respond to my text messages daily. So, as you can see, in 3 steps, you are able to not only communicate your feelings, but also share your partner's worth and clearly emphasize the action that your partner can take to fulfill your need. Now let's put this sentence together. It makes me feel inadequate when you go without messaging me for days. I miss you and value your presence in my life, and it makes me feel so happy when I receive your texts. It is important to me that you set aside some time to respond to my text messages daily, despite your busy schedule. In this very simple yet effective sentence, you were able to communicate your feelings, your partner's worth, and the action step. Sometimes you could even mix up the structure of the sentence. So instead of starting with the first sentence, you could start with the second one. which is emphasizing your partner's worth, which in fact helps you begin communication on a positive and reinforcing note. So you could say something like, "Hey, hon, I miss you and value your presence in my life. And it makes me feel so happy when I receive your texts. It makes me feel inadequate when you go without messaging me for days." And then you end with the last sentence. "It is important to me that you set aside some time to respond to my text messages daily despite your busy schedule." This way, you could formulate an effective sentence for your communication. In just 3 sentences here, you were able to communicate exactly what you wanted to say. Practice this skill, and any unhappy relationship will soon transform into a happy one. Thank you.